What makes Jezebel one of the most infamous figures in the Bible? Known as the Wicked Queen, Jezebel's story is a complex tapestry of power, ambition, and rebellion against the divine. Her life was filled with bold moves and controversial decisions that shook the foundations of the kingdoms of Israel and Judah. From introducing Baal worship and executing prophets to her shocking downfall, Jezebel's actions sparked religious and political upheaval that left a lasting mark on history. Her legacy is one of intrigue and drama, showing how one woman's ambition could impact nations. Join us as we uncover the complete story of Jezebel, the formidable queen whose life was a whirlwind of power and conflict. Now let's explore her fascinating tale. Jezebel's royal lineage and marriage to Ahab. Picture a world where political marriages were as strategic as a chess game, with each move carefully planned to gain power and influence. One such move involved Jezebel, a woman whose actions would leave a mark on history. Jezebel was the daughter of Ethbaal, the king of the Phoenician city of Sidon. Her father wasn't just a king, up in a world where politics and religion went hand in hand, shaping her views and ambitions. When she married Ahab, the king of Israel, it wasn't just a union of two people, but a strategic alliance meant to strengthen ties between their regions. Jezebel didn't just bring her royal status to Israel. She brought her beliefs and a fiery spirit. She was strong-willed and unafraid to promote the worship of Baal, even if it meant clashing with the followers of Yahweh. Her influence quickly spread, causing waves of religious and political conflict throughout the kingdom. Jezebel's presence in Israel was like a storm, reshaping the landscape and leaving an enduring legacy of power and controversy. The introduction of Baal worship in Israel. Picture this. A new queen arrives in Israel, bringing with her a whirlwind of change. This queen was Jezebel, and she was fiercely devoted to her faith. Jezebel worshipped Baal, a powerful Canaanite god, and she was determined to make him a central figure in her new kingdom. She wasn't one to keep her beliefs to herself. As soon as she became queen, Jezebel set out to promote Baal worship across Israel. She built impressive temples and altars, ensuring that Baal had a place of honor. This wasn't just about constructing new buildings, it was about transforming the entire religious landscape of Israel. For many Israelites who had worshipped Yahweh for generations, this was both shocking and unsettling. Overnight, they found themselves surrounded by unfamiliar practices and beliefs. The tension in the air was unmistakable. People were divided, and the conflict between the worshippers of Yahweh and the new followers of Baal grew more intense by the day. Jezebel's introduction of Baal worship wasn't just a minor change. It sparked a major religious and cultural upheaval. Her actions set the stage for dramatic confrontations and reshaped the very fabric of Israelite society. Persecution of the prophets of Yahweh. Jezebel wasn't just content with introducing new religious practices. She was determined to silence anyone who stood in her way. One of the most chilling aspects of her reign was her fierce persecution of the prophets of Yahweh. Imagine living in a time when your faith could get you killed. Jezebel ordered the execution of many prophets, creating an atmosphere of fear and paranoia across the land. Those who remained loyal to Yahweh were forced to go into hiding, constantly looking over their shoulders. These prophets, who were once respected voices of the Hebrew God, found themselves on the run, trying to escape Jezebel's relentless wrath. But amid this chaos, one figure stood out: the prophet Elijah. He was not one to back down, and Jezebel's actions set the stage for an epic showdown between her and Elijah. This wasn't just a struggle for religious dominance. It was a clash of ideals and wills, and Elijah was ready to confront the queen who had thrown his world into turmoil. Jezebel's relentless pursuit of power and control only fueled the fire for a confrontation that would be remembered for ages. The confrontation on Mount Carmel. Let's picture one of the most dramatic showdowns in history, where the stakes were sky-high, and the world watched with bated breath. On one side was Elijah, the lone prophet of Yahweh, and on the other were hundreds of prophets of Baal, all assembled on Mount Carmel. Elijah proposed a bold challenge: a contest to see whose god was real and powerful. Each side would prepare a sacrifice and call upon their god to send down fire to consume it. The prophets of Baal went first, praying, dancing, and shouting for hours, trying desperately to summon their god's power. But despite their fervor, nothing happened. The sacrifice remained untouched. Then it was Elijah's turn. He calmly prepared his altar, even drenching it with water to prove his point. When Elijah called upon Yahweh, a spectacular fire fell from the sky, consuming the sacrifice, the wood, and even the stones of the altar. This miraculous display of divine power left no doubt about who was in charge, leading to the downfall of Baal's prophets and a stunning victory for Elijah and the faith of Israel. The Naboth's vineyard incident. Picture this. King Ahab is sulking because he wants a vineyard that belongs to a man named Naboth. It's not just any vineyard. It's perfectly placed next to the king's palace. Ahab, with his heart set on this piece of land, offers Naboth a fair deal to buy or trade it. But Naboth, standing firm on tradition and heritage, refuses to part with the vineyard that had been in his family for generations. Enter Jezebel, who sees Ahab's misery and decides to take matters into her own hands. Her solution: a cold and calculated scheme. Jezebel writes letters in Ahab's name, organizing a public trial to falsely accuse Naboth of blasphemy against God and the king. She even arranges for false witnesses to seal Naboth's fate. Naboth is wrongfully convicted and executed, leaving his vineyard free for Ahab to claim. This unjust act of deceit and greed doesn't go unnoticed. The prophet Elijah steps forward, condemning Ahab and Jezebel for their actions. This confrontation between Elijah and the royal couple highlights the brutal reality of Jezebel's manipulation and the consequences of unchecked power. Jezebel's influence beyond Israel. Jezebel's reach didn't stop at the borders of Israel. It extended well beyond, leaving a lasting mark on the neighboring kingdom of Judah. Imagine Jezebel as a powerful chess player, positioning her pieces to expand her influence. One such move was marrying her daughter Athaliah to Jehoram, the king of Judah. This strategic marriage wasn't just about politics, it was about spreading her religious beliefs. With Athaliah in a position of power, the idolatrous practices of Baal worship began to infiltrate the southern kingdom. Temples were erected, and Baal's name was spoken in places it had never been before. This shift wasn't just a change in religious practice, it was a cultural transformation that sparked tension and conflict. Jezebel's legacy of religious corruption took root, leading to turmoil and discord in Judah. Her influence over her daughter ensured that her impact was felt long after her time in Israel. The story of Jezebel and Athaliah shows how one person's ambition and beliefs can ripple outwards, altering the course of history for entire nations. The fall of Jezebel. Jezebel's reign of power and influence met a dramatic and brutal end, proving that no throne is eternal. Enter Jehu, a warrior with a mission, anointed by the prophet Elisha to put an end to the house of Ahab. Jehu was determined and relentless, marching into the city of Jezreel with a single goal: to bring down Jezebel and her dynasty. As Jehu approached, Jezebel, ever defiant, dressed in her royal attire and painted her eyes, ready to confront him. She stood at her window, determined to face her challenger head-on. But Jehu wasn't there for a conversation. He saw through her attempts to intimidate him and called out to her servants, her eunuchs, urging them to take action. In a swift and shocking moment, they threw her from the window, ending her reign then and there. Her death was gruesome, fulfilling the prophecy of Elijah, who had warned that dogs would devour her body, leaving no remains to bury. Jezebel's fall marked the end of an era, a dramatic conclusion to a life filled with power, ambition, and conflict. Jezebel's story is a testament to the enduring power of ambition and influence, reminding us how choices can echo through time. As we wrap up this captivating tale of one of the Bible's most notorious figures, we invite you to reflect on the lessons her life teaches us. Thank you for watching Sacred Tales, where we explore the fascinating stories and characters of the Bible. If you enjoyed this journey through Jezebel's life, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more intriguing biblical narratives. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspectives. Jezebel's legacy and its impact on future generations. Jezebel's influence didn't disappear with her death. It continued to affect the world long after she was gone. Her introduction of Baal worship and her ruthless actions left a significant mark on the kingdoms of Israel and Judah. The legacy of her reign was one of division and conflict, creating a precedent for future struggles between competing religious beliefs. Jezebel's story became a cautionary tale, highlighting the dangers of unchecked ambition and the consequences of challenging traditional values. Her life and actions served as a powerful lesson for future generations about the intricate balance of power, faith, and politics. People remembered her story as a warning about what happens when religious and political ambition run wild. Jezebel's legacy was a reminder that actions have consequences, and her impact was felt for many years as leaders and citizens grappled with the changes she had set in motion. Her story influenced how future generations viewed the relationship between religion and politics, serving as a symbol of what could happen when the two became too intertwined. Jezebel's legacy lived on, shaping the destiny of nations and reminding people of the importance of maintaining harmony between faith and governance. Jezebel's story serves as a powerful reminder of how ambition and belief can shape history, leaving a legacy that resonates through the ages. As we conclude this captivating tale of the Bible's notorious queen, let's reflect on the lessons her life imparts. Thank you for watching Sacred Tales, where we unravel the intriguing stories and characters from the Bible. If you found Jezebel's story fascinating, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more engaging biblical narratives. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We're eager to hear your insights and continue the conversation.